to our esteemed NCSY alumni. How are you? Hello. This is Nati from Kansas speaking. First of all, you are never an alumni of NCSY because NCSY is a family. Midwest is a family, and you never become an alumni from an organization from this family. So Rabbi Taco asked me, our awesome senior and alumni specialist, asked some of the staff and advisors to share some words of chizuk to you guys. And I want to take this opportunity to share with you some of my thoughts. I mean, first of all, you all made the incredibly brave and mature decision to take a gap year, to take a year from your life, and go to Eretz Yisrael to study in yeshiva, study in seminary, study in a gap year program, because you thought that your own spiritual growth, your Judaism is important to you. And that's an incredible thing. You put aside, while so many of your friends decided not to go to Israel for the year, just to go straight to college, you decided to say, no, like, Judaism is really important to me. Israel is really important to me. And you made a decision. And here you are, you're faced with a situation where you're just cut short, where you're 6, 7, 8 months in, and that's it. And you're left without yeshiva, without seminary, without your program. And like, now what? You're back at home, and you're kind of like, where am I? I started this journey, and I didn't even get a chance to complete it. Whether you're planning on going another year or not is irrelevant. But for now, you were going to be there from March till at least June, and that didn't happen. And I guess some of you guys may be asking, why is this happening? Like, why is this happening in the world right now? What is going on? Like, didn't I do a good thing by going to Israel? Like, what did we do? Like, why did we deserve this? And I think, coming off Pesach, we just had this line where Mordechai tells Esther, a lot of these ideas that I want to share with you come from my Rabbi, and they're not my own. So Mordechai tells Esther that you have to go speak to Achashverosh. You have to be the one to do it. And Esther's afraid, she's not sure, no, it can't be me. And Mordechai says, listen, the Jewish people will be saved no matter what. But perhaps maybe this is the reason why Hashem put you in this position. And one of my Rebbeim pointed out that this line that Mordechai says to Esther, perhaps this is why Hashem put you in this position. That we don't know. Mordechai doesn't say, I know for sure why Hashem put you in this position. Hashem made you queen. I don't know for sure why. Perhaps this is why. Ulai. Right, maybe. And I think that a lot of people are trying to give reasons, and I'm definitely not one to try to give a reason as to why this in the world is happening, but we can't know for sure why this is happening, but we can say perhaps, maybe this is why this is happening. And, like I said, like, I don't know why, but maybe we could think about together what this opportunity really presents us. And number one, it's an opportunity to connect to our families, our siblings, the people that we live with in a way that we haven't up to now. We're stuck in home all day, and Hashem wants of us to relate to them in a different way that we didn't before. If you feel like you grew tremendously in yeshiva, you worked in your midos, you worked in your Torah learning, bring them in. Maybe take some time to learn with your brothers or sisters or parents. Maybe your parents are working right now, and they're juggling between work and life and kids at home. So maybe this is an opportunity for you to, hey, you know what? I'll hang out with my brother or sister, or I'll learn with them. I learned this really cool sefer in yeshiva, or there's this really cool sefer that I want to, learn. Maybe this is opportunity for you to connect to them through learning. Maybe. One of the ideas that I heard from my Rav, which is a really, really powerful idea, is the idea like, this coronavirus, which is sweeping the world, is like a megefa. And we find in the Torah, this idea of a megefa is that it doesn't mavchen, it doesn't separate, it doesn't distinguish between Rishaim and Tzaddikim, between good people and bad people. It's not about how righteous you are, how good you are, that if you're good, Hashem will protect you, and if you're bad, Hashem will not protect you, God forbid. But it's sweeping across the world right now. And in Aaron Cohen, what does he do when there's a megefa? He brings a Ktoris. And a Ktoris is about bringing our avoda down here to bring up to Hashem. And he says, this is what we need to focus on right now. What avoda, not about bringing Kedusha into our lives necessarily, but rather what we can come up to Hashem. We need to do like Aaron Cohen, that he offered a Ktoris, or was sacrificing yourself, bringing it up to Hashem, and we have to focus on those mitzvos, on that connection to Hashem, that we bring ourselves up to Hashem. For example, the two things that he pointed out is, number one is tefillah. Tefillah is always what it is about. It's about us connecting to Hashem. It's about our davening to Hashem. And now you have an opportunity to daven in a different way that you have up to now. Before you were going to shul or not going to shul, but now find a place in your home, make a time for yourself, a kavua time, and daven to Hashem. You can take your time. You're not structured. You're not limited by the speed that your minyan usually goes to, right? You can daven whatever pace that you want to. You can focus on certain things. You can go slower. You can have more kavana in areas that maybe you didn't have kavana before. That's one thing about reaching out to Hashem through tefillah and really working on our tefillah together. And the second thing is emunah. Emunah is about thinking about my life, how Hashem talks to me in my life. And I think that's such a powerful thing we can always take with us in everything that we're doing. Hashem is talking to us. The way, from the minute I wake up in the morning, and my parents and my siblings and the people around me and my friends, everything's an opportunity. Hashem is sending us a message. And we need to be open to hearing what that message is. And if Hashem, this is what He wants from us right now, if people are going crazy and people are stressed and like all these things are going on and we're not in yeshiva, we don't have that same schedule and that same connection to our Rabbeim and teachers and that we had before, that's not what Hashem wants from us right now. Hashem wants from us to be in our homes right now. And think about, how can I connect to Hashem in the most mundane thing? How can I have the humility to realize that this is where I need to be right now? And if this is what Hashem needs from me, Hashem needs for me to be around the home more. That's what He needs. That's where I'll be. If that means like helping your parents clean up for Pesach, to clear out the garage, to go through spring cleaning, which is not really Pesach cleaning, they're two separate things. But let's just say for now, you can combine them, to spend times with your siblings, to volunteer yourself, to continue to do acts of kindness that you wouldn't normally do. In yeshiva, we focus on learning. You should be focused on it. You should be learning, setting aside time every single day to learn. But if you can't do that, what chesed can you do also throughout your day? Those are some of the messages that I wanted to share. And if there ever was, and the hope that in these days that we're experiencing is that if there ever was a time where Mashiach was a question, or Mashiach was a possibility that He can come, it's now. Because Mashiach is not about my own personal world changing. It's not about Mashiach coming into this world and reestablishing the sovereignty of a Jewish state. That's not. Mashiach is about the world being a better place because Hashem is more involved in the world. Mashiach is about the world being into an elevated place, into a holier place, a more special place. And that's possible, it's only possible when there's a mega change. When there's something drastically needs to change. It's in order for us to really realize that Hashem Echad, to realize that Hashem is in control and in charge of everything. And right now the world is a totally different place than it was just last week. Or 2 weeks ago. It's a totally different place. And we're much more receptive to change right now. And we'll be much more able to be receptive to Mashiach in these days. Because we're going up right now. We're taking our avoda and we're changing it. We're saying, Hashem, there's only one power in the universe right now that can really do such a global change in a matter of hours, days, a couple of days. It took the United States to really change our whole perspective and the whole situation. Didn't take long, 2 days, right? And it's with that emunah that we have that Hashem can be with us at every given moment. Hashem is setting up the stage for the world to be a totally new place. That's how we can believe that the world can be a better place. And we see the potential in Mashiach coming, in Hashem being there with us, and things will be different. But stay strong, stay safe. Feel free to connect with any one of your NCSY staff. They all care about you deeply, and I hope to hear back from you soon. Take care.